Here we are at Clock Auction, another beautiful soft day here in Larchmont, New York. We're previewing the next sale that's coming up on May the 11th. That's Sunday, May the 11th. Previews are Thursday, Friday and Saturday prior from noon to 6 p.m. So everyone is welcome. We have a super duper sale. Lots of outdoor stuff. So we're going to start off outside the gallery here. We've got nice iron mid-century furniture. Look at the lines on that, really nice. We've got heavy Victorian, I believe that's called grape and vine. Settees and sofas there. We got a pair of these. We're selling them individually. We'll have a pair. We have this wonderful French set, comes with folding chairs, table. Lots and lots of Richard Schultz. We got chaises, tables, chaises rather. Over here, more Victorian furniture, a little set here. We got this wonderful, this is lead, quite a large fountain. The fountain and a lot of the stuff that we have in the sale came from a Stonington, Connecticut estate. Okay, we're moving into the main gallery now. Before we move into the gallery, I'd just like to say that we have a very important single owner sale of an African-American artist called Vincent Smith. It's his studio sale. There's about approximately 180 paintings. They're all coming up very soon, so check clarkny.com from that. Also, we have a familial single owner sale of an artist, an Austrian female Jewish artist called Tina Blau, which is really, really exceptional. There's about 50 to 60 paintings by Tina Blau, and that's coming up in June the 11th, I believe. So check our site. We've got 5 sales up there. Anyway, let's get back to where we are here for. We have a wonderful pair of these agate pedestals. They light up, so they look great in the light. Nice big size as well. A pair of these Bruno chairs by Knoll. Here we have a Paul Evans wall unit, nice big size, all signed and dated, the cityscape. This Carl Appel sculpture, I really love this, came from a Long Island estate. Both sides, signed, dated. Nice pair of rock crystal obelisks for the decorators, nice to have a pair of those. Over here we have, this is a wonderful antique continental one drawer table. Look at the banding on it and all the marquetry inlay. Atop here we have quite a few sculptures by David Hostetler. In the sale, they come from the Stonington and Connecticut estate. Obviously, the consignor liked them. This wonderful pair of leather chairs are back in the sale. They did sell, however, the consignor reconsigned because they were a bit large for their location. Okay, moving over here. From Stonington, a nice pair of these marble pedestals, or alabaster. Nice with the fluting and the carving there. Nice enfilade, 18th century, French. Atop this is Salvador Dali. Quite a rare bronze, big, large size. I believe it's 4,000 to 6,000. Moving over here, we have I haven't had a piano in a while, but we have a Baldwin piano. Looks like it's in nice shape, Baldwin Baby Grand. Before we go in the main gallery, look at the size of this Hostetler. Big, big size. Okay, look at the main gallery, we are loaded. Lots of Baccarat crystal in the sale. We've got numerous lots of Baccarat stemware. This is Wedgwood. Have to look at that. Lots of little porcelain tchotchkes and trinkets here. Royal Copenhagen down here. Moving in here, this is a woman I believe called Johnson Gaudens. This vase signed on the bottom. We have this bronze horse here. It's by Jerry Colt. Came from the Stonington estate. This is by Jose de Kreeft. I really like this. I like that artist. Small but nice. Below here we got a large Tiffany Studios frame. Nice big size, more Hostetler. This is him here also. And up here, this is a nice pair of Wedgwood basalt candlesticks, figural. Over here we have a lot of Fazzino in the sale. This is Charles Fazzino, nice helmet. We have, I believe, 3 more. Steuben, Tiffany Studios. Here we have 2 Wiener Werkstatt. Small one and a large one, 2 pieces. Nice 2 pairs of beautiful quality bronze from Stonington. This with the lapis in the middle. Below here, more Steuben. This, I think, is quite rare, little Tiffany lamp. Nice with the enamel work and the gilt bronze base. This is a Picasso Madura, small little plate. Always like to have a Picasso Madura in the sale. Here we got a set of Sevs. Not like the ones in the last sale, but similar. We got lots of this is all Meissen here. Cups, 2 platters. Look at this, the beautiful bronze work on this. I suppose you'd call it a Mari porcelain. Below here, bronze bison. This is by a guy called Hancock Newman. Came from the same state as the coral lapel outside. This here, I really love this. This is by Arnaldo Pomodoro. Big bronze sculpture sitting alongside some Lalique piano lamp. Up on top here, this is by Peter Volkos' sister, Anna Volkos. We have 2 plates by her in the cell. Lots of cut glass, bohemian glass. Lots of clocks in the sale. We got carriage clocks, more Lalique, more bohemian glass, lots of clocks down here. I'm sure Kenny will get to them. Okay, now we're going to swing into the furniture here very quickly. Okay, lots of mid-century. We have this Handel reverse painted lamp, a good big size. Used to be the bee's knees years ago, not so much now. We got lots of serving carts. We got this Noll Saarinen table, Bertoya chairs, another Paul McCabe gentleman's cabinet, nice with the lift-up mirror, plenty of space for your shirts and stuff. These Wegner chairs. We have this nice glazed pottery urn with the lid. I have a photograph without the lid, but I will change that. This is by Starbase, sort of an artisan habitant. Nice interior on it, nice with the dovetailing along the side. We got mid-century lighting in groups. This is by Silas Shondell. I believe it's pretty rare. It's a wall unit. It's dated 72 and signed, so it's quite an early one. It's sitting on top of a George Nelson slatted bench and some nice Danish modern. This is an early, I had to think for a minute there, womb chair, Fritz Hansen. Moving right along here. This table here is by an artist called Barralone, Maurice Barralone, I believe. Beautiful, either bronze or metal center piece with a nice oval beveled glass top. Surrounded by a lot of fiberglass Ames chairs. Lots of people like the newer Stickley, LJ Audi Stickley, so we plenty of that in sale. We've got this dresser bed, mirror. This terracotta large bust came from Stonington. Moving right along, a bit as is on top of beautiful calamander, exotic wood there. 2 nice little benches there. There's an 18th century parquetry and banded commode, nice original piece here. Here we got a nicely carved Louis XV1 style settee with the fabric on it. This is another L&J Stickley, Harvey Ellis. I actually found the original one of these in 1989 myself. Okay, and along either side of it from Stonington, I really love these beautiful pair of fluted marble pedestals. Nice because they have the carved wood top sitting on the bases. Long Victorian brass. We have a nice 19th century sofa table. Pair of Russian balloon back chairs, wonderful carving and gilding on those. Moving now, we have this set here. We have a bed, high dresser, low dresser, mirrors, end tables, all signed Linky, Francois Linky. It is signed for anyone. I don't think we put it on the site, but it is all signed. It comes with an armoire, which we have separated as well. These are, I believe, by Moirot and Debut. We have a set of 6 of these chairs, Adam style. This table here is a wonderful table, X-frame brass and chrome, or brass and steel. It's by John Vesey. This came from Stonington, Connecticut. As this big, large bronze of Washington himself sitting here, really super quality, nice and big, great to have. We got demi-lune furniture, more busts, leather wing chairs. Got to focus on this hurricane chandelier, a bell chandelier. The bronze work is absolutely beautiful. The glass, it's all probably about maybe 18th century. This is Mueller Frere. Nice cameo glass chandelier. Look at the size of this. I really love this, probably lit up. It must look super duper. We have an as-is harp. Anyone's in the restoration mode. We have Acorn stressless chair with the laptop. Stickley Audi, large Majolica and base, more mid-century, Lucci chandelier, Empire style chandelier, Alvarado stools. We're going to swing around this way. Nice pair, beautiful pair of Chesterfield club chairs, nice big size, beautiful leather, mid-century sort of coffee table there. Moving right up here, nice pair of armchairs, metal, polished or steel and brass. I love this pair of lamps, gilt metal, they are signed. Nice early weather vane here, good big size. And below that, really exceptional, is this Parzinger cabinet. Look at the lacquer work on that, the inlay, the brass inlay and the bone inlay. Okay, we got more Majolic in the sale. We got this pair of chairs here. This coffee table is, I believe it's called the Directional Table by Silas Shondell. More Stickley Audi, a settle here. More wood carvings came from Stonington. Could be Hostetler, but not signed, so we didn't say so. Wonderful pair of marble decorative with the metal flame tops, as you like them. We got pairs of club chairs. We've got nice bamboo Art Deco. And for the used furniture people, look at this set of 12 Chippendale style mahogany chairs surrounding a nice banded triple pedestal mahogany table. So we're selling it all as one lot. Years ago they would have been banging in the doors for this, but now you can get a bargain, and I'm sure it'll swing back around and you'll be the wise person. This is Madame de Pomodora here, terracotta bust, more busts. This large, probably German continental, highly and finely carved bookcase here came from a New Rochelle home. Comes in 3 pieces, so and the glass comes out, so it's easier maneuverable than it looks. I'll swing down here. We have this beautiful table here, nice the curved book end top, the claw feet. 2 Empire style chandeliers, both the best of quality. This one's from Stonington, this one local. French leather top desk. Look at these little pair of chairs. Absolutely great from Stonington. I have a pair of wingback ones. I must focus on them as well when I spot them. More L&J Stickley. We've something on top of this, but this Victorian ebonized table is, inlaid all over. So once restored and brought back to its original glory, it'll be super as well. Concrete tables, Venetian style tables. Here's one of the pair. I really love these. Look at these. Queen Anne with the velvet upholstery down-filled. Just great. Okay, we're going to come down here. We got Spanish style chairs. I'm going to point over there. That Russian chandelier has been waiting to be picked up from the last sale, so don't focus on that. But we have these baby blue chairs, Ames, from a local location. We've got this Paul Evans table. This is great. This is Victorian. A side lock. It locks on both sides. Some stuff you'll see is in the next sale. So we have this drop leaf table. This terracotta table has a marble top. We have the 2 pieces indoors, but does them slightly as is. We have this banded mahogany sideboard. Look at this wonderful aesthetic movement style type chandelier here. We've got this Magnuson bed, 1-piece laminate wood. While we're here, I'm just going to focus over on these 2 paintings on the back wall here. These are by Vincent Smith, the African-American artist whose studio sale we have coming up. So if you want to start a collection of African-American, want to add to, or just an investment, it's a great sale to be at. These boxes here are full of drawings, watercolors, etchings by the artist as well. So they're all going to sell. It's a studio sale. We're doing a catalogue. If you want a book, please call us up and we will get one to you. We would like to see you come. You can preview by appointment. Okay, with these 2 sets, these came from Stonington, so it's 2 settees and 6 chairs. 3 of the chairs are made to, the rest of them are period. We have this faux sawtooth, nice vitrine here, nice multi-drawer cabinet in there, nice French marble top. I'm going to have to go up to the back here because this is the Linky. This here is signed Linky, the armoire. We sold it separately because when the set came originally, we didn't realize it was Linky, so we split them up. So before I bid you adieu, I just want to show you this one painting that's coming from the Tina Blau estate, which I believe was on June the 11th, 56 paintings by Tina Blau. This one is in a book. It's been exhibited. It's absolutely fabulous. I'm sure Peter's going to get into it in a lot more detail in the future, but that's one of them. So hopefully we'll see you for all these sales. CLARKENY.com. Check, we got 5 sales up. Looking forward to seeing your previews. You can come from now on because we're already set up. Thank you for everything, and I'm going to hand you over to the next appraiser.
Hi, and welcome to our May 11th auction preview video of Asian Arts. We'll begin here with this X Sotheby's Rose Medallion Punch Bowl. So we have this beautiful enamel decoration, multicolor enamel decoration, label to the underside. The X Sotheby's tagged the interior. So a nice Walk-in Wednesday find. A really interesting lot in the sale, I've never seen one before, is this really beautiful Chinese enamel decorated bangle bracelet. Really quite nice, again, with these kind of genre scenes and floral decoration, and with the label to the interior. From a Stonington, Connecticut estate, we have this Korean celadon bowl. Just a nice little example, estimated at 200 to 300. This is some sort of numbering system, maybe from an old appraisal. I'm not really sure, but it has nice age to it. Chinese Fami Rose enamel decorated water dropper. So we have this figural depiction here, a stamp to the underside, and then calligraphy to the alternate side. Again, from one of our Walk-in Wednesday appraisal days, we have this Chinese blue and white salt cellar, probably Kangji. So we have apocryphal items. Here is the underside, so the recessed interior. And we have the beautiful enamel decoration to the borders. This is an enamel decorated Yijing teapot. So I'm just going to open up the lid so you can see here. Here's the underside, and there is a stamp to the bottom. But really, this unusual enamel decoration, don't typically see that. So a nice example of Chinese art. We have this, again, this is an ex Christie's lacquered shrine with Buddha. So we do see that there's losses, but there's great age to this piece. Let me just turn it around so you can kind of see the details of the throne. So this nice horseback shape to the shrine itself. And here is the back side, and you can see these old tags. Again, came in one of our Walk-in Wednesday appraisal days. One of the most interesting lots, I think, in the sale. This is an Iranian mixed metal beggar's bowl or alms bowl. And it is signed. So you can see the signature here and another inscription here. I just think it's so interesting. And it was carried, you know, by these multiple chains, and it's just such an interesting piece, estimated at 500 to 700. This is probably 18th century again, Chinese enamel decoration, beautiful pink border with these floral cartouches, interior scene. You can see these pitting marks and these other little examples that all contribute to identifying the age of a piece. And we do believe that this is possibly 18th century. Here's a Chinese carved wood brush pot, beautiful shaped edge here. These borders, really quite nice, unusual form. Another brush pot, but this is Japanese cloisonne with the wisteria and squirrels. And here is the underside, so it is enamel decorated throughout. A nice example of a Japanese bronze elephant with seated reading rider. Really quite nice, and he is removable, so it's probably a censer of sorts, but a really nice heavy bronze piece, so a nice bronze elephant. Here we have a crackle glazed celadon bowl. Here is the underside with carved wood lid and carved jade finial. Collection of snuff bottles and diminutive vases, so we have blue and white, reverse painted, peking glass style, etc. That all came from a local Larchmont estate at 300 to 500. Chinese seated deity with a food dog friend or a little animal friend here, and carrying a sack. There is a inscription to the underside. This again is from our Stonington, Connecticut estate, so a lot of Chinese enamel decorated porcelains. So we have a tea dust vase, sang de boeuf, Fami Rose, blue and white, so the whole spectrum of different color variations, and these are all together. Some collections of jade, so we have these 4 pieces here, so some carved jade pendants, again a variety of colors, and then this kind of russet jade carving with inscriptions, so calligraphy throughout. I think one of the stars of our show is going to be this carved celadon jade gourd pendant with russet skin, so you can see the beautiful russet skin here to the qilong. And then we have these 2 jade carvings together, so a figure and then this kind of foliate carving. These are X-stare, so there are 5 Fami Rose enamel decorated floral plates. I'll just pick this up so you can get a good look at it. Really quite nice age. These probably 18th century again, and again nice age. The underside, they do have the X-stare tags. A pair of carved wood stands. There are some condition issues that can be repaired. So these circular tops were fitted together. And this one unfortunately just has to be re-adhered. So some just easy glue repair. but these two are together. And these are two spinach jade plaques. It does come with a larger example that it has horses on it, and those three plaques are together. This is a beautiful antique polychrome seated Buddha on double lotus base. You can see the polychrome remnants throughout. He is missing a hand, but this is typical of age and the period. 4 bronze censers together, 1 brass and 3 bronze, Foo Dog finials, pierced decoration. I believe there's a signature to the underside of this one. No, there's not. I'm so sorry about that. Here we go. Here's the signature I was speaking of. From a Manhattan estate, we have this large punch bowl in iron red decoration. So really quite nice. Really large inside, butterflies and birds, really quite pretty. And here is the underside. This is one of 2 bronze Sukhothai Buddha heads in the sale. So this is the smaller example, and then there's a much larger example that goes along with it. So the two are together. These are really quite nice. Chinese Fami Rose enamel decorated jars with bronze mounts. So they had some sort of stylized vase that fitted perfectly on this. Unfortunately, we don't have those, but the pair of vases are estimated at $800 to $1,200. A beautiful Chinese vase here, great color variations with the purples and the reds. Here's the underside, great age to this piece. This is a cafe au lait vase. So again, a little unusual color. And that is an individual piece. Beautiful jade carving of a guan yin. So this is an apple jade carving with russet skin, and there's even some lavender jade throughout. So kind of in this corner, there's a little bit of a lavender jade example. This is Chinese export, so it is a heron, again from our Stonington estate, great age to this piece, and really kind of unusual. A little missing portion to his beak, but otherwise in age-appropriate condition. These two pieces are together, so we have this presumably silver ingot and this Scholar's Rock and brass censer. A larger brush pot with inlaid stone. So we have this birds perched on a flowering branch with these rocks, some bamboo, really quite nice. Here is the underside, and there is also calligraphy to the alternate side. 3 prints by Ryohei Tanaka, or Tanaka Ryohei, I should say, I'm sorry. And these all came from a local estate, really great examples of his work. And this is another woodblock print, and this is Ohara Kosan, and it is 5 cranes. So really nice example of this artist's work. And the colors are still pretty bright, some toning, but generally good condition. And we're going to end here with this wonderful Chinese silk embroidered dragon's robe. So you can see just beautiful silk embroidery here to the dragons. The dragons do have 5 toes. There are rui clouds, flames, waves, really great example. I'm just going to spin this around so that you can also see the back with just again this beautiful large dragon. And that wraps it up for our Asian Arts preview video for the May 11th auction, and we hope to see you there.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Clark Auction Gallery Mother's Day Extravaganza Sale. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, what am I standing on? Take a look at this. Rust never sleeps, and in this case it blooms. A lush, rust-colored field burst with floral exuberance, framed by a cream border and kissed with light blue accents. Whoa, take a look at this Hariz carpet. It's got big medallion energy. That's right, this classic Hariz sports a light blue central medallion that anchors its geometry like a compass rose, wrapped in time, softened reds with earth tones. This rug is as cool as a misty morning. This light blue, almost gray field is showered with red blossoms, making it a breath of fresh air for an oversized room. Geometry meets garden, red and blue rule the day here, where floral flourishes soften strong symmetrical lines with vintage charm. A beach house's dream, pale, muted in all the right ways. This large oshek whispers elegance with nearly white tones that soothe the soul. Whoa, this isn't a mess. It's a majestic mountain of woven dreams. Bring a Sherpa and a strong sense of interior design with all of these amazing rugs. Ladies and gentlemen, take a look at this, a kaleidoscope of nature. Each square, its own miniature world, trees, leaves, and imagination, stitched together in a field of color and whimsy. Take a look at this Tibetan carpet, a regal red and gold field watched over by a parade of animals. It's got presence, power, and plenty of personality. Truly a conversation starter. A long walk in a familiar neighborhood. Light blue, navy, and red mingle in this classic runner with a timeless pattern and dependable grace. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, the blueprint of an oriental rug in the best way. Red field, blue border, and flowers everywhere. Tradition never looked so fresh. Soft-spoken but sharp, cream and light blue geometry meets refined weaving, possibly machad, definitely handsome. A floral daydream wrapped around a light blue medallion. This is the rug that ties the room together, with a wink and a nod to tradition. 4 bold medallions march across this runner like guards at the palace gates. Coral and blue in perfect alternating stride. A red carpet affair, literally. Central medallion, cream borders, and elegant highlights in light blue and coral. All drama, no fuss. Florals forever, a cream field strewn with blossoms that never wilt, subtle, classic, and refined. Time to make a transition, quite literally, folks, moving along to clocks. Let's start off with this amazing piece. Time flies when you're being serenaded by a nude cherub and a mischievous pixie sidekick. This marble masterpiece is equal parts sculpture and spectacle. Right below, what do I have? Built to travel, but too good looking to leave in the house. This little bronze beauty is the James Bond of clocks. Here we go, a statue that tells time, because who says art can't be functional and fashionably late? What do we have here? 2 Kondo electronic clocks swinging into the atomic age with the grace of a ballroom dancer. Kondo clocks bring mid-century mojo to your mantle. Right below, what do I have? A vintage Lacotra Atmos clock. Runs on air and attitude. The Lacotra Atmos is the closest you'll get to magic without a wand. Below and to the left, what do I have? A Victorian marble Clark garniture set. Straight from Queen Victoria's drawing room, or close enough. This marble trio is more polite than your in-laws and twice as punctual. Ladies and gentlemen, Clark Auction Gallery is very pleased to present to you this stunning collection of Beatles books. The first title being Me, Mine by George Harrison, signed limited edition. Next up is Hamburg Days, signed limited edition, slipcased. Liverpool Days, Golden Dreams, and Sometimes in New York City. What an excellent book here, ladies and gentlemen. Then moving right along, we have Songs by George Harrison, the deluxe 2-volume edition right here. Take a look at that. And then what do I have here? Lot number 176. This is an exciting lot, ladies and gentlemen. 3 signed Charnel House, limited edition, Koontz Powers and Friends, Beast Child, From the Corner of His Eye, The Stress of Her Regard, a gothic dream team of horror and fantasy in luxurious limited edition form. These books just don't tell the stories, they haunt your shelves. Right next to that, oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, Stephen King as Richard Bachman, The Regulators, lettered edition. This letter-bound, ammo-pierced and boxed like a mystery from Castle Rock. This rare edition includes a signed check to the fictional Gatlin Grace Baptist Church. Yes, that Gatlin. Comes with its original wood box slipcase and king-size cool factor. Bonus, ladies and gentlemen, I've got not 1 but 2 of these. Is it the caning of Charles Sumner? Why, certainly not, ladies and gentlemen. This is a fine example executed by Tiffany & Co. That's right, that is an 18-karat yellow gold knob top. Take a look at that. It actually unscrews, ladies and gentlemen. What a cool piece. Moving right along, what do we have? A rare 1947 handwritten letter by Robert Stroud, a haunting relic from the Birdman of Alcatraz. This rare letter offers a personal glimpse into one of America's most notorious and enigmatic prisoners. Moving right along, chivalry isn't dead, it's just well dressed. These Italian orders combine historic prestige with a dash of noble flair. That's right, because it's the Italian Order of Saints Maurice and Lazarus. Take a look at this beautiful collection of medals I'm offering. What do I have here? One of the finest examples of a Leica M3. What a beautiful camera, accompanied by not one, but 2 lenses. Be sure to view all my photographs and thoroughly read that description, ladies and gentlemen. Right below, well, ladies and gentlemen, these 2 items make me think of a great man. And that great man once said, to be the man, you gotta beat the man. And if you're wearing either of these Rolex watches, you are a styling, profiling, limousine riding, jet flying, kiss stealing, wheeling and dealing son of a gun. Woo! Take a look at all these diamonds, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, spectacular Rolexes, diamond encrusted. What beautiful pieces. Navigate the stars or just spy on the neighbors, I won't tell anyone, in classic maritime style with this gleaming brass telescope atop a handsome wooden tripod. Take a look at this model of the SS Normandy by Charles S. Fox. Art Deco elegance sails again. This model of the legendary Normandy brings ocean liner glamour to any shelf it graces. And right next to it, what do I have? A finely crafted tribute to the green goddess herself. Charles S. Fox captures the grace of Cunard's post-war luxury liner in stunning miniature. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so excited to share with you a piece of horological history. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Patek Philippe, take a look at this. This is a spectacular ship's chronometer, ladies and gentlemen, in gimbal. It even is accompanied by a pull from the archives. This is a very special piece. Please be sure to read my description and view all of my photos, ladies and gentlemen, and I can't wait to help you finish off that yacht just in time for the summer. Well, that about wraps it up for me, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you here on May 11th, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time at Clark Auction Gallery for the Mother's Day extravaganza.
Hi there, welcome to Clark Auction's May 11th Fine Art Auction Preview. I'm going to share with you some of the highlights and interesting works in the sale. I'm going to start with this work here, this lovely work by Georges Despinay, a French artist, done in the probably the early 20th century. You've got this lovely landscape along a river, and this is lot 40 in the sale, and we've got a conservative estimate at $2,000 to $3,000 on this great Impressionist work. Above that, we're going to go to the Southwest and Yosemite with Howard Adolphus Straight's it's done in 1906. It's unlined, so you got a little bit of craquelure there, but a really atmospheric colors to the valley of Yosemite. And moving along, we go to a really great print by Thomas Hart Benton called Island Hay, done in 1945. A very limited edition print, so a great opportunity to get a Thomas Hart Benton here at Clark Auctions. Below that, we're going to lot 23 in the sale, which is the soiree, or the evening party, done by Guilford Beale. This is estimated at $1,500 to $2,500. And he was really influenced by, obviously, the French Impressionist, and so that you've got this really rapidly ecstatic-looking group of figures here. Below that, we have one of the highlights of the sale, which is lot 57, which is this Paul Desiree Troulabart. I'll probably pronounce that wrong because my French is Trémol. But this is, again, it's a Barbizon painting done in the late 19th century, and we've got an estimate of $5,000 to $7,000. Moving along, we go to this large work by the German artist Paul Kasemann, an interior scene. It looks like a gentleman studying his ceramic collection. Got a lot of detail here. It's dirty, could use it clean, but there's just a lot of interesting things to look at in the cabinets of this painting that's estimated 1,000 to 15. Above that, we go back to America and the Hudson River. William Hart, the Scottish-American artist who eventually died in Mount Vernon in 1894. So you have this really bucolic, really wonderful, tranquil river scene with an estimate of 1,000 to 15. Moving along, we're going to a charming little picture by the Polish artist Knelba. This is a boy with an oboe, and really just a charming little image, what something is typical for Raymond, and this is estimated at 3,000 to 5,000. Now we go to South America below, which is this work by Nobi Zendu. He's a self-taught artist down in Brazil, and this is a face in the doorway of a house, and this is done during a pivotal period in the artist. It was done in 1955, so a great opportunity to get a really interesting artist from Brazil. Going to below that, we have the world of the Greek artist of Kokindenis. Boy, my Greek's worse than my French. This is a window view, and this is estimated at 2,000 to 3,000, and it's just a great, really rapid done painting. Over here we go to the bright world of Switzerland, actually, by Fred Stauffer. This is estimated 600 to 900, and it's a great opportunity to get a wonderful, just bright, ecstatic river view done in Switzerland. Going above that, we've got a work on paper by Harrison Fisher. This is called Morning Eve, and it was done in 1906. He's known as an illustrator, and this is great for those early enthusiasts of automobiles. And it's a woman picking an apple from the motor. And it's a great study for, I don't know if it was actually published as an illustration. Going over here to the world of a little more flesh, Lot 51 in the sale is by Giovanni Battista Crema. This is estimated at 2,000 to 3,000, and this is an early work by the artist. It's done in 1907 of a beauty with her reflection in the mirror. It does have little issues, but what a great opportunity. Moving on, we go to this really fun and quirky picture by Richard Rick Hoffman, an American artist. He was born in 1945. It's a bit different for Hoffman. He's now known for doing abstract works, but it's really got a great funky charm to it. Now we're going to go to the world of photography, which is by Albert Steiner, who's a phenomenal photographer. This picture was done circa 1924, this photograph. It's birch trees in the winter sun. This is estimated by 1,500 to 2,500. And this comes from a Southampton collection that we've got a lot of these Swiss artist works from. Now we're kind of coming past by over here, panning along. We've got some Vincent D. Smiths, and we got a highlight here from our upcoming Tina Blau. But I want to focus on this painting here, Lot 65, which is the Yucca Murata. He's known for doing animal pictures, and we've got some really interesting, lovely two egrets done in 2005. Above that, we're staying with the animal theme, and we go to India, Lot 47, with Jamini Roy, the well-known artist, and this is tempera on card, and these are two prancing deers. This is estimated at 4,000 to 6,000. Going along up above that, we've got a Charles Green Shaw. It's untitled. We think it's done about 1942, and it's an interesting combination of textiles on paper with little doodles done by Shaw. And the final work up top we have is a perennial favorite here at Clark Auction, Hunt Sloman. And this is a rather rare image by him, I think, because he's known for the rabbits and butterflies, but we have this really charming grouping of monkeys. And the final work in the front room today is a circle of Felix Valaton, and this is at the edge of the river. And it's circle of because it's not signed, but you got some really wonderful, just brilliant bands of color, and comes from an interesting collection in the city, and this is estimated at 1,000 to 1,500. Okay, here we are in the main gallery now, and I'd like to focus on some of the interesting works that we have here. First, starting with this Jürgen Broadwolf. It's an interesting shadow box work called Inhalation, and it's a really interesting work by another Swiss artist done in 1970, as I said, and he's really known for, in the 70s, doing objects, and he's combining drawing with actual metal work. Above that, we have what I think is a really charming work by Hille Heiler, an American artist, and this is done in 1932, which I think is incredible for its really modernist feel. He's a multitasking kind of artist and philosopher artist, and this, like I said, is really charming work, lot 46, and a mere estimate of 300 to 500. So we'll kind of pan along into the gallery and see some other the interesting works we have. And I'd like to focus on this nude here, which is lot 8, but again by a Swiss artist, and this is Gottlieb Kurfus. This is estimated 600 to 900, and 8 is the number in this. And it's a really textual work. It's unframed, so you got an opportunity to enhance it to your own taste. And we've got more exciting things here as usual, more prints. And talking about prints, we've got some prints here that I'd like to focus on, which is, for instance, here we've got a great Sonia Delaney example. This was done about circa 1970-72 by the Ukrainian French female artist. It's estimated at 800 to 1200, and it's lot 20 in the sale. Below that, we have this really interesting work by Wasily Kandinsky, lot 16. It's a watermelon, actually, in this really great graphic lithograph by the artist. And we're moving along. We've got some more interesting French 19th century posters after Picasso. We've got some Middle Eastern scenes, and really a great array of figures and landscapes. And I'd like to come along and focus on an interesting painting that we have here by William Sidney Mount. And we believe this is titled The Mutual Respect, a very late work by the artist, done, and it's signed and dated 1868. And really a lot of great opportunity, and a charming little well-known Long Island artist. And we have it estimated at 1,000 to 15, and it's lot 12 in the sale. And panning along, we've got more portraits and interesting 19th century paintings, a variety of subjects. We've got copies of old masters by Sir Anthony Van Dyck. And also you're seeing some of the sale that we have, the Vincent D. Smith single owner studio sale. So be sure to go to our website to see that great sale that we have too. I'm going to end up with this final work by the contemporary artist James Covington. I just think this is a really atmospheric, great daybreak at the head of the bridge, great scale to it, and just a wonderful picture for any environment. And with that, I'm just going to finish up for the May 11th, but I also suggest you look at our catalog for more images that we have in the May 11th sale. And we also have the Vincent D. Smith studio sale, which is May 27th. And we also have an online fine art sale May 29th. So a lot to look at Clark Auctions, and we have previews 3 days before the 11th. So come on in and ask any questions online or call us, and we'll be glad to help. And good luck at the auctions.
Hi, and welcome to our May 11th auction preview video of jewelry, silver, and couture. We're going to begin here with an interesting grouping of silver. So this is from our Stoughton, Connecticut estate, and this is a pair of Tibetan mixed metal and silver, mainly, butter lamps. So you can see the gilt decoration here, beautiful scroll work, intricate etchings, really interesting group here, and this is estimated 800 to 1200. We also have a collection of Liberty & Company pewter. So this is a Liberty & Company Tudrick enamel decorated spoon, beautiful Art Nouveau spoon. From the same estate, this is a Liberty & Company clock with an enamel face. Moving forward, we have a collection of carved stone items. So we have lots of banded agate and also a gold mounted jade letter opener. What's really wonderful is this one actually comes with provenance. And whether or not it's true, we don't know, but it's this little written letter. And just to summarize what it says, it is believed to have once belonged to either Marie Antoinette or one of her ladies in waiting, which is so interesting. And this grouping is together at 8 to 1200. This is a Cartier sterling flatware service from a local Larchmont estate. Beautiful, unusual, don't see these very often, and it is Cartier, it is sterling, and it is quite nice. Collection of silver here from a New Rochelle estate. So we have this pair of candlesticks, so nice ornate candlesticks, they are continental, and then this beautiful continental silver mounted cut crystal bowl. Beautiful laurel wreath handles, pierced decoration, the silver mounting, really quite nice. This collection at 400 to 600. More Liberty & Company Tudrick. So we have this pewter taza with 3-leaf clover, or sorry, these are cherries and this is a clover bowl. So this is a clover bowl with the enamel decoration to the interior, and these two are together. Moving on to the jewelry in the sale. So this is a wonderful kind of tubular 14 karat gold necklace, beautifully articulated, and I don't know if you can see on the video, but so the exterior is yellow gold, but on the interior are these circular white gold discs. So it's really quite nice, a great statement piece. We also have a lot of David Webb in the sale. So this is a wonderful 18 karat gold David Webb necklace with diamond accents. Also David Webb, and this is an interesting lot in the sale. So this is a bracelet or a necklace. So these links can all be put together in order to be worn as a necklace, or it can be worn as a bracelet, and it's really quite a nice bracelet. Nice, heavy, chunky bracelet, hand-hammered links, really quite nice. From the same estate, this is Italian 18 karat gold and semi-Baroque pearls, another beautiful statement piece. These are David Webb, heavy diamond work, really quite beautiful, and beautiful white, bright diamonds. A pair of 14 karat gold and diamond flora earrings suspending green faceted briolet gems, probably tourmalines. These are absolutely perfection for summer. They're Maz, M-A-Z, 14 karat gold, shell, pearl, and turquoise drop earrings. Really beautiful, can easily be converted to pierced backing. So right now they are clip-ons, but they can be easily converted. This is a pair of Angela Cummings black enamel and 18 karat gold earrings. Jumping forward, a pair of modernist 18 karat gold half hoop earrings. Next door we have a really big and chunky 18 karat gold and pave diamond and diamond baguette ring. I'm just going to put this on my fingers so you can see how great it looks. So it's really quite a statement piece, a lot of diamond weight here, and this is estimated at $1,500 to $2,000. This is a pair of Timbetti, and they are platinum, diamond, and pearl earrings. Again, beautiful, nice signed examples of jewelry. Pair of David Yurman, and you're going to see we have quite a lot of David Yurman in this auction. These are estimated at $200 to $300. A very sweet figural brooch. This is 18 karat gold, presumably citrines with red faceted gem eyes and pave diamond accents to the head, flippers, and tail. This grouping of pearls is together, so we have this multi-strand button pearl 18 karat gold necklace, and these are wonderful little pendants with diamond accents to the center, and it is paired with this pair of Yvel pearl earrings in 18 karat gold with diamond accents. Jumping forward, these are both individually lotted, but they are both David Webb, and they are the signature cable cuff bracelets with gem decorations. So each of those bracelets are individually lotted at $500 to $700 each. Moving on to some pearls. So we have this collection of a single strand pearl necklace, a pearl and diamond ring, and a pair of pearl and semi-Baroque drop earrings. Multi-strand pearl necklace. So this is black pearls, white pearls, and then a really wonderful clasp. So these are Baroque pearls, diamonds, and black pearls. So really quite nice, from the same estate as our David Webb. Also from this estate, a double strand black pearl necklace with a white gold clasp displaying a white pearl, a black pearl, and pave diamond accents. This is a Tiffany & Company sterling and blue, the signature Tiffany blue enamel ring. Really quite nice at $200 to $300. We have this collection of bracelets. These two are just beautiful petite sterling bracelets. They are both Tiffany, and then we have this wonderful Cartier bracelet that has gold accents and a single gem. Another beautiful spring brooch, so this is 14 karat gold and enamel decoration with pearls. Jumping forward, we have this beautiful ring, so kind of a more contemporary twist on a single diamond ring, and it does come with this GIA report that we obtained. It is 1.68 carats, F color, SI1 clarity with a very good cut grade and no fluorescence. So really quite nice at $4,000 to $6,000. Jumping forward to a lot of costume jewelry in the sale. This is a coral duet brooch. The enamel decoration is good condition, and I believe that the majority of the gems are there, if not all of them. Collection of David Webb in this, I'm so sorry, David Yurman, I apologize. So we have a David Yurman heart pendant, a ring, a pair of 18 karat gold earrings with pearls, another ring with a colored gem, and a pair of sterling hoops with gem accents. Jumping forward, this is Paloma Picasso for Tiffany, and it is a sterling ring with an amethyst cabochon and gold surround. Vintage 14 karat gold scarab necklace. So typically we see these as bracelets or even watches, but here we have a necklace with plenty of various stone carved scarabs. From the same estate as our scarab necklace, we have this grouping of Victorian jewelry, and then this is kind of a cool costume intaglio bracelet that I just liked. So Victorian locket on this probably newer double strand chain bracelet. This is Victorian and a really interesting example with this kind of tricolor decoration with the birds. They're actually swallows, which is very apropos for Victorian jewelry. And then this folate kind of design, and then we have this Victorian locket on this silver chain. Vintage jewelry, we have this 14 karat gold amethyst and seed pearl hinged bracelet. Another collection of pearls in the sale. We have this double strand pearl bracelet with 14 karat white gold clasp with pearl and diamond accents with a pair of beautiful drop earrings. This is a wonderful wide band ring with central diamond flanked by sapphires. One of my favorite lots in the sale. Really so great. This came from a local estate. This is 18 karat gold, and you can see here that they're angelfish. So there's just a series of angelfish essentially swimming, and there's mother of pearl, polished gems, pave diamond accents, and faceted ruby eyes. It's absolutely beautiful. I can't believe that it's not signed. It screams Bulgari to me, but this is estimated at $6,000 to $9,000 and came in on one of our Walk-in Wednesday appraisal days. This is a retro bicolor ruby and diamond wide band ring, really quite nice. This is a grouping of really wonderful Saint by Sarah Jane jewelry. So it is 14 karat gold sterling and gem B jewelry. So we have the B ring with a little gem and the matched B earrings. Two antique bar pins in the sale. So this is Victorian, and you can see the black and the white, which typically signified life and death in the Victorian times. So this is continental, this is probably, I would assume, American, but both are 14 karat gold. Jumping to the dragonfly over here. So this is Italian 18 karat gold with wonderful plique-jour wings. So that's just the process of enamel, and it's almost see-through. So when you hold it up to the light, it's quite beautiful with pave diamond accents and enamel decoration to the head. This is a wonderful, presumably by consignor provenance, this is Mikimoto, although it is not signed, 14 karat gold and pearl cluster ring. Jumping forward to a collection of hand-hammered 18 karat gold. So each piece is lotted individually. So this is a very heavy 18 karat gold hand-hammered scroll form necklace in the style of Ilias Lalaunis, with the hinged bypass style bracelet and the pair of matched earrings, but each is individually grouped 10 to 15,000, 6 to 9,000, and 2 to 3,000. Moving forward, we have this small 14 karat gold cameo pendant, beautiful carving. It almost looks like it's Pat Sir Pat, but it's just a beautiful little depiction of a beauty. This is a pair of, I just thought they were so interesting. So this is electroplated bracelets, and it was by the Charles Revson Inc., but there are copies of the Aldo Cipulo love bracelet, but I think that it comes with this whole little pamphlet that you can read about it, but it's really quite interesting. So it's signed Aldo Cipulo, and Charles Revson inked the interior of each bracelet. You have to unscrew it just like the Cartier Love bracelets, and it comes with the original little pouches. Really just an interesting collection. These are estimated at $400 to $600. More David Yurman in the sale. So we have 2 of these cable bracelets with gold terminals. This is a really nice, it is signed, although I wasn't able to determine who the maker is. So this is it's just interesting. I'm just gonna stick it on my finger so you can see how it's worn. It just looks great. So just this 2-tone pearl and 18 karat gold ring, but it's really just an unusual form to the ring itself, so I quite like it. Moving on to another piece of Victorian jewelry. So this is for 18 karat gold, salmon coral, enamel, and pave diamonds. Unfortunately missing 1 tassel, but it's just so pretty. Moving on to some more contemporary jewelry, we have these 2 Tiffany brooches. So a Tiffany sterling open work flower, easy to see on the black here than the Tiffany pouch, along with this starfish sterling 18 karat gold and again angel skin coral brooch. Pair of Elsa Peretti for Tiffany & Company 18 karat gold bean earrings. This is a 14 karat gold pearl and diamond ring. This is Gabriel & Co. So this is 14 karat amethyst and presumably blue topaz ring, but really quite nice. Tiffany & Company 18 karat gold and diamond brooch. This again is Tiffany & Company 18 karat gold. This is a collection of silver jewelry, so most pieces are signed. This is John Hardy, Links of London, Links of London. This is Effie. This is Lagos by Caviar, Lagos by Caviar, Links of London, Links of London, Links of London, Links of London. And this, I believe, is John Hardy. But they're really just a nice grouping. And moving forward from the same estate, this is all David Yurman. So you have a nice collection of chains and bracelets and earrings, just kind of staples for anyone's wardrobe, perfect Mother's Day presents. And then we'll move over here to this I love this necklace. So this is the definition of a statement necklace. So it is silver and gold, and this is by William DeLillo and Robert Clark. And it's really quite nice. This is estimated at $1,000 to $1,500. And it's all signed. It's really an interesting piece. This is a pair of 18 karat gold, amethyst, and diamond earrings. Really beautiful. Jumping forward, this is a 10 karat gold and jade ring. We did get a GIA on this, and this is jadeite jade, and this is referred to as type A jade or Fei Kui. So this ring is estimated at $300 to $500. I'm interested to see where this goes. This is a beautiful pearl ring. Did come back as cultured, but it's really quite sweet with diamond accents. And then this is a star sapphire. I actually have this on my finger because I want to be able to show you the astericism, or the beautiful 6-sided star that really is quite prominent in this ring. So it's a really beautiful example. It did come back as natural as untreated, and it is a Ceylon sapphire. So it is from Sri Lanka. Really quite nice. I just love it. Nice blue color with the tapered baguettes on each side, and is set in platinum. We're going to move on to some couture. So these 2, I mean, if this doesn't scream perfection for spring and summer, these are Judith Lieber, really beautiful colors. And if you look at the handles of each, these gold-toed handles, they have the Judith Lieber Swarovski crystals in the corresponding color. So these 2 are together at $300 to $500. Here is another Judith Lieber, really wonderful little clutch. So it's this fabric, and then they have the crystals throughout, kind of really just making this such a visually appealing piece. So just so interesting. And then the big floral gold tone clasp with the pink closure. From one of our Walk-in Wednesday appraisal days, this is a vintage Gucci attaché, and this is at $300 to $500. Another Judith Lieber Little Minaudier in the sale, so rhinestones without, and then these cabochons to the closure. So this flips up to open it. Here we go. Here is you can use it with or without the chain, but again, so nice. Such a great example of Lieber's work, and really beautiful. So there's more to Judith Lieber than is here. So check the website if that's for you. And then we'll move, this is also Judith Lieber. So we have this little black, I believe, alligator purse. So really, again, and an early example. And then we're going to do some Chanel. So we have this beautiful Chanel white. I don't know if it was ever even used. Really just perfect, again, for spring and summer. I love the color of this purse. So we have the quilted leather Chanel with the gold tone hardware and the shoulder strap, and then the mini flap, which is so nice. So these are all individually lotted. And then we're going to jump over to these 2 Rolexes. So I'm just going to touch briefly. I just wanted to also include them in my video. Ken will go into more detail for you, but we have these 2 Rolexes, individually allotted, one at 12 to 15,000, one at 15 or 14 to 16,000, one with a red dial, one with a gold dial, with the diamond bezels, and then all the diamonds to the strap here, but really quite nice. And then last but not least, for our jewelry presentation, we have this absolutely beautiful, outstanding, from the same estate as our star sapphire. This is a platinum bracelet with carved sapphires that are jewel worthy, diamonds throughout, heavy diamond weight, and we did obtain the GIA report, so the gems came back as natural corundum, Burmese sapphires, no indications of heating. It's absolutely beautiful. With this wide band, I'm just going to put it on my wrist so you can get an idea of the width and just how beautiful the color of these sapphires are. It's really just so wonderful, and this is estimated at 12,000 to 15,000. And that about wraps it up for our jewelry, silver, and couture, and we hope to see you on May 11th.